Oh no, we are getting music. Wait, are you going to play us in or whatever this is called in Saturday night shows?
That's play us out. That's play us out.
But
I can if you want me to.
Then please, Gigi, play us in.
If you're evil and you're on the rise, you can count on the three of us sticking it down. 'Cause we're good and evil never beats us. So when we find evil ever beats us, this is the AWKWARDCast. We'll always save the day. If you think we care, we'll always find a way. 'Cause we're the people of this world, believing and I can play the chords sometimes, but not really, because I'm still learning.
Hello there.
Woo!
Hey, hello.
Welcome
and
to the
welcome
AWKWARDcast.
to the AWKWARDcast.
Oh, that was so cute. That was so cute.
ANY and Keyframe wonder about radical discords. No, discords. Something. Some musical term with a D.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
It's a demo. It's a demo. Okay.
It's a demo. It's a demo. It's a work in progress.
Yes.
Radical demos.
Wondering about radical demos. Here we go. And yes, as already said, we are back. It's me, it's her, and it's Gigi. Hello and welcome back to the show. Please, Gigi, since it has been a while since you joined us last, please do tell us, or more the audience, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Well, first off, hi, I'm Chi-Chi. What I mostly do is music on the internet, so that means I usually sing for people who write music. I do some voice acting here and there. But lately my channel is dedicated mostly to covers and originals and that type of media.
Any plugging beyond that short one?
You just
and
weren't
I do
prepared
some
for
art.
someone to have a good pitch.
I guess that's actually true. I guess the spontaneous song is already a pretty good pitch in and of itself. Not gonna lie. What's going on in the life of the Gigi in the current situation of lockdown?
Well, I graduated. I just finished up my
congrats.
master's degree in student affairs, so come this June, I am going to be virtually walking for graduation.
Is it in Minecraft or is it in Animal Crossing?
No, it's in Zoom.
That's not as fun.
It's not as fun.
Is John Krasinski going to host it?
Or Obama? No.
Probably not.
Don't worry.
And yes,
Chi-Chi,
unless Flynn, I am the Chi-Chi that you know from many Brony songs. That is me.
The very same. That's here. This Chi-Chi from the thing in the middle. Yeah.
But don't worry, Chi-Chi. We'll get Chris and us together, and we'll make you a graduation ceremony in Animal Crossing.
Nice.
We'll make an island. We'll do a procession. We'll lock away all the
that's so
ugly
sweet.
villagers so they don't get invited.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So besides that, what else has been going on?
Just working on music as usual. Just, not a whole lot else to do, unfortunately, due to lockdown, other than just keeping being creative and teaching myself how to use this thing.
Ta-da!
Hooray!
Oh, don't tell you.
This is my little graduation present to myself.
Ah, but yeah,
How much was it? I want to know. I don't know how much a ukulele cost.
It wasn't that bad. It was only about like $60 or so, and it was from Amazon. So
actually a good price.
Yeah, it's actually a good price, and it's not bad quality too. It's not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a Kala brand, and they're pretty good.
I wanted to learn ukulele because I have tiny hands, and they are not.
See, that's
nice
why I
to
got it too.
guitars.
Like definitely compared to guitar, it's a lot easier. The only issue is that some chords, like the E chord, involve your fingers going in wacky, weird ways, and you can do it, but it takes time to adjust, and that's probably just music in general is learning how to adjust and use all the different things. But some chords are tricky.
Yeah, this is why I'm a clarinet lady. I don't need long fingers when all I need to do is.
You
put
were a clarinet
fingers
too?
on holes. I feel like 13 years of clarinet playing. Actually, I'm an award-winning clarinetist.
Oh, dang! Wow.
I feel like I've said this on the show before. Not to you, but just to the show before. Yes, I started playing clarinet when I was in like first or second grade, and then I played normal clarinet and bass clarinet. I went to state competitions. I won gold medals. I composed clarinet music. Part of me wants to buy a clarinet so I could do an 8-bit drummer and like Chris Cornell and stuff does on YouTube and stuff, and just play clarinet along to like memes and things, make basically classical sounding. I would love that. I would love to go around.
Get that cosmic clarinet going.
Cosmic clarinet. There we go.
It's such good branding. Anyways, if there's nothing else going on in your life, I guess I could do mine because I was already talking. I'm not used to not being the last one of the week. Big old pile of nuttin'. No, I mean, yeah, you know, I've been doing home workout. I've been doing the things I need to do. I've gotten a bunch of friends into Mau Mau, which I'm very happy about. I got
nice.
That's what I heard.
Good job.
I got Tia, Chris, and Lizzie into Mau Mau, and Chris is fighting with you, Max, on who is going to be the owner of the Mau Mau spirit animal title, because he's like, I'm Mau Mau, and I was like, well, Max thinks he's Mau Mau, and he's like, Max doesn't know shit! Like,
as an aficionados or aficionados.
Yes, as the one that you pay to make fun of you. But no, they, and I also discovered that Sean watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, so I finally have someone else to talk about that show with. But then he said he didn't watch the second half of the last season, so now I'm sad. But
I still gotta watch a lot of it.
I gotta watch all of it.
I know, we all, apparently Chris has the box set of the entire series and still hasn't watched it. And I'm like, do you just own things to own them and never...
Yes.
Yeah, how do you do that as someone who collects movies and TV shows? You just buy the things and you don't watch the things you buy. You could own something you absolutely despise in that case.
Without knowing, yeah. But I mean, that's like those DVD walls need to be put together some way.
I guess. But besides that, you know, it's been educating people on different shows. I've been educating all of my normie friends on Lupin the Third, because this apparently this week is when the Lupin the First CGI movie comes out on Blu-ray and stuff, so there will be a digitally available version. However, not the dub. The dub doesn't come out till later this year, hopefully, with everything going on, because they did say that the Lupin the First did get localization rights, so it will be dubbed, which is really important. Because, fun fact, not a lot of Lupin things are dubbed. In fact, the most popular Lupin series, part 2, only half of it is dubbed in English. They never bothered to dub the other half. Well, it's the thing, is that Lupin is a very influential anime. It is one of the most popular things in Japan and in Italy. Italy apparently loves Lupin the Third.
Italy is
But
huge
America,
on Lupin.
Yeah. But for some reason, in America, it's so turbulent to get, especially the classic stuff, dubbed. The only things that are dubbed, for example, the first series, part 1, by the way, the parts are semantics. It's basically like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, and What's New Scooby-Doo. They're their own things. You don't need to watch part 1 to understand the whole show. Part 1 has never gotten a dub. The second half of part 2, except for the last 2 episodes, because they were made by Miyazaki, don't have a dub. And part 3, I don't think has a full dub. The only parts that have dubs right now are the Italy series, which was part 5, and the one that's currently airing on Toonami that's getting dubs, and this movie, and like I think like 6 or 8 of the movies that have aired over the years. And of course, Castle of Cagliostro got a dub because that's basically a Ghibli film without being a Ghibli film. But it's an interesting history, but it makes it so fucking annoying to try to get people into loop on because they're like, oh, but what thing should I watch? And I'm like, okay, watch episodes 1 through 70 of this, or watch these 26 episodes. Like, what's the beginning? There is no beginning. It's just Lupin.
It's the ultimate serialized.
Oh no,
content.
it's not serialized. Serialized implies that it has an ongoing story. It's the ultimate episodic
okay,
series.
so the exact opposite of what I just said.
Yes, but yeah. Look, I didn't have much going on this week, so I'm going to just make my week medias. But besides that, I guess like I got to get. Okay, there's one thing, and this can transition to Max. Before this cast, I got back into Pit People.
Yeah.
With this guy down here, and I haven't played Pit People since the demo came out because Max bought me the early access game and he was like, "You're sad, we should play this together." Like all the way back in 2017.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And yeah, but no, we played it and it was fun. But when we got back into the game, we had no idea what was going on.
I recall Keyframe's golden words. So I found this old save game of ours. Do we use the old save game or do we start anew? And Keyframe said,
Let's use the old save because that way we can skip the tutorials.
skip the tutorials. Good plan.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I don't like tutorials. But no, like the thing that I love was that I started to realize mechanics of the game, like if you put your character near another character that you know it's gonna hurt, they glow. Here's the thing, my character's tokens are bright cyan blue, and Max is dark blue, and he's like, wait, that's a glow?
Glow.
Glow. But yeah, it was fun. We did some battles, we did a quest, we captured a unicorn. So we're definitely going to play that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my week's been basically... Oh, wait! I'm going to put a link into the Twitch chat.
Oh, boy.
My collab with My Little Ties is open for pre-order, which
that's
is
actually a good one.
These laser-etched diamond dog tags, where it's titanium dog tags with white diamond, blue diamond, yellow diamond, or Steven etched onto them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're open for pre-order, $20, and... You know, the pre-orders are open till June, and only the June people who pre-order can get them in this rainbow color. After that, any remaining stock put onto the shop will be monocolored. So if you want to be very bright, you can get them. I'm so proud of these. I have not been more excited to make merchandise for something for a long time. Like, it's just happy to make something not pony. But I'm really excited. We've already sold 6, so I'm excited. And I really like the support.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get these. But yeah, that was my week.
And in this context, I also will put. First of all, I already planned to use the dog tags as the art of the week, and now I guess it's decided that they definitely will be the art of the week. So people can, at the end of the YouTube upload, can go at the very end. We'll see it in close up, so you don't need to squint your eyes to see it in me up there. And a link in the description. But what I also will do is put a link in the description to My Little Tie's Twitch channel, because that's something that Keyframe showed me this week in the context of the edging of those things.
Oh yeah, because when he was etching white diamond and blue diamond,
yes.
Me and Max were having our little TV time thing, and I was looking over because with the power of 2 screens, and I and he was like, what? I was like, Igor is etching the thing. And so we watched it, and it's the most satisfying fucking thing to watch.
Yeah, watching this laser laser edging of especially such complex images is a fascinatingly satisfying process to watch. seeing it happen. It goes quick. It goes really quick. That's the thing. I believe an individual dog tag takes
look,
what, a minute or two.
he's actually
Don't send.
he's Twitch streaming.
Don't
He's Twitch streaming right
send
now.
the audience over there right now.
No,
we are live.
No, I'm linking you so you can show that he's etching. You have a window capture. I'm not sending our audience of 13 people over to him.
This is what you literally just did.
I didn't link you. I didn't link them. I linked you.
This is happening live right now. Please don't go there. You can watch his upload his VOD later. Stay with us, please. Don't leave us.
But
do I have
he
to?
does
Do I have to
great
keep
stuff.
this running? Do I just have to keep this running so people have no reason to
Yes.
go over there?
Yes, but no, Igor does great stuff. He actually made Max's cutie mark necklace, like the wooden shell one.
It should be.
Which you should be wearing.
I stopped wearing it in winter because I usually had a scarf on and it was kind of like redundant.
It's summer.
It is. I didn't get into the habit to put it back on for the show.
Get back into the habit.
Yeah, I should.
Boy.
I should get back into the habit.
He did that. He also did Abby Rohde's cutie mark necklace. I commissioned this guy a lot, but now I've been excited to work with him on stuff, and we may be working together on some She-Ra things for his store with me doing the artwork, and I'm excited. But yeah, please buy my stuff. I need to eat, and there's no conventions.
Kind of
Please.
true. So what do I link downstairs? Just a tweet about it, your store, his store.
Link his Twitch and specifically the pre-order link, because the link is literally cosmickeyframeshq.com/shop/diamond-tag pre-order.
You mean
I made the URL specifically that.
So basically this tab.
Yes.
I will just not
I don't
close
care
it.
if you don't. I don't care if you don't buy anything else from my store. Just buy these.
Fair.
Yeah.
Good talk. Good talk.
Good talk. But yeah, I'm done eating time. Your turn.
Yes. So I guess. Damn it! Now you cornered me by having the beginning of my week, which was She-Ra and My Little Ties, and the end of the week, which was Pit People. And now I'm completely thrown off. I mean, not much happened this week. It was simply similar to Keyframes, like a lot of media consumption. I finished the third palace of Persona 5, which probably only means something to people who know Persona 5.
Did his audio get weird for you, or is that my headphones?
Yeah, it got weird for me too.
Oh, okay. Is it better again? Hello. 1, 2,
Now
3,
it's
test. Okay. Yeah, but third palace of Persona 5, which, if you know Persona 5, probably tells you something. If not, then you are like, good for you, buddy. Keep talking about stuff. Besides that,
Enigma says you got a while to go.
Yeah, I do. That's the thing. The first one is basically training wheels. The second one is still easy, and the third one I also was blazing through, but now I have to wait and do the social stuff and whatnot, making friends. But then again, I'm having basically maxed out the relationship stats with all the people in Stardew Valley in my new playthrough, so I have no problem grinding away at those social things. I will probably talk eventually about Persona 5, but not today, because as you guys pointed out, third palace means still a long way to go, so I am not yet in a position to properly talk about the game. What else did I enjoy? Yeah, we watched the first half of the last season of She-Ra on Monday, so I'm looking forward to finally watching the rest of it tomorrow in TV time, so that we don't have to be afraid of spoilers anymore.
Are you talking about She-Ra?
Yeah, and that tomorrow the spoilers will finally be over.
You better get on to our TV time early enough so we can get through every episode.
Yes.
I don't want it to be at the last episode and it's 2:30 and you're like, I need to go to bed.
I know.
No!
But yeah, besides...
Be productive at work tomorrow.
I refuse. Yes.
Hey, Max's bosses, are you watching?
No, they will probably congratulate me for this behavior. Let's see how long she takes to put it together.
Do you have the day off on Monday?
It's a national holiday in Germany tomorrow.
How many national holidays y'all got in May and June? Didn't you guys have a national holiday 2 weeks ago?
Bart made this beautiful comment about it the other week. So my boss, who is an American, who moved to Berlin to become my boss. I mean, he started out being a colleague, and then he was like, "This guy needs some leadership," and he became my boss. Very abbreviated version of it. No, he was just being like, no holidays at all, and then no week without holidays in May. German is a weird country. I cannot. He made it as a beautiful quote.
He's flabbergasted.
Yeah, he is pretty much. But the problem is I cannot start up our company chat right now to actually read out the quote, because it would appear right in this window, and I don't really want to show my my company, my internal chats from the company on this live stream. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe work-life balance needs to have that line there.
No, but besides those things I just already mentioned, we kept watching. We now keep watching stuff in German. So we started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender in German and Kung Fu Panda movies because somebody in this household needs to practice their German. And also I needed to educate said person. Never seen Megamind.
How dare?
Really?
Denim has never seen Megamind. I fixed that.
Yeah.
I fixed that. But yeah, then there was also one show we have been watching, which I eventually finished watching this week. And why we have talked about it before on this cast. Yes.
Mandalorian. Is this?
Yes.
Are we in media now?
We are in media now. This was my very smarty segue over to the Mandalorian. I hope this trailer is not too spoilery. We will see in a moment.
I mean, if this is the trailer it's Star Wars.
And I mean, and here's the great thing. So the one thing they are not showing in this trailer so far, they probably keep it as a big reveal, is the one thing that everybody knows about The Mandalorian without having watched it.
What, Baby Yoda?
I assume it will appear. It will probably be hinted at the very last end of this trailer. We will see a glimpse of it, and then. But yeah, Mandalorian. I can basically say what I have to join the choir of all the people who already praised it to high heaven for just being that fucking good. And here's the thing. The show is a show. Wow, still no Baby Yoda. Did they really kept this out of the trailer, or is it really the last second reveal?
Why would that be a last second reveal as a tiny Yoda?
They literally show clips from all across the show. From the entire season, from every moment of the season. Not saying which is from when, because then it turns into... Wow! Baby Yoda was actually kept a secret. In hindsight, with Twitter having
Blame the people. Blame the people.
With Twitter having this boiler run into the ground and turn into a meme, I have to congratulate Disney in hindsight that they actually.
I just like calling Mandalorian the testing grounds for directors, because Taika Waititi, our boy, our good boy, he directed the season finale.
Oh, really?
He directed the season finale, and now he's actually going to be directing a full theatrical Star Wars film. So I want to think this was his test. Like they were like,
we had him on Marvel. We had him on Marvel doing this Ragnarok thing, which the people like.
And he won an Oscar and all that. But let's see if he can really handle our well put together world.
I know, right? So yeah.
I wonder what the film's gonna be then.
I wonder too. But yeah, your opinions on Mandalorian.
Exactly. So it's like Star Wars without Star Wars. because you don't have Jedi, you have very, very little Force happening, and it gets the New Hope treatment of, oh yeah, I heard rumors about this weird magical thing. So we are basically, wait, it takes place shortly after the original trilogy. I believe this is not spoiler, this is setup. It takes place shortly after. So the Empire has fallen, as probably the Stormtrooper helmets in the beginning of the trailer were kind of a dead giveaway. So the Empire has fallen. This Boba Fett wannabe is running around. So Mandalorian, for context, because it was confusing when watching it, Mandalorian is a description of the group of people, and Boba Fett was one of the group of people. So that's like, okay, this is like giving this information out helps probably understanding. And so the title is misleading because he is not the Mandalorian, he is a Mandalorian. And he's not Boba Fett. They all have those helmets. And but yeah, we have the Force gets treated as this mysterious thing and has very little influence to the show.
So it's like Rogue One.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good comparison. And Rogue One is one of the
best
most
Star Wars movie.
I just want to
Fuck
say
everyone.
one of the most liked, generally liked and acclaimed Star Wars movie outside of the original trilogy, but you could argue. I don't know.
No. Actually, you're complete. I know a lot of people who absolutely despised Rogue One when
Really?
it first came out. A lot of people are only liking it in retrospect because they saw what came after.
Oopsie.
But point being, if you like Rogue One, you'll like the kind of non-4C Jedi setup this has.
So yeah, it is the universe of Star Wars. So, and it has a lot of Star Wars feel, except we for once do not follow Jedi as protagonists. But it still works, and while the show likes to play with tropes a lot, it manages it pretty great for the majority of times. I mean, even probably the worst episode, which was just a complete trope fest, including a training montage. Do I have to say more? Make the villagers be able to fight against the bad guys training montage out of all training montages out there.
I'm just thinking of Kung Fu Panda 3.
Yeah, it's a trope. It's a trope in and of itself. But yeah, even the episode with this trope, I liked it. I had a good time watching it from beginning to end. We went through it relatively quickly. I mean, we sometimes forgot about it because it's so much easier to just click the Netflix button on the remote
and get to Disney Plus,
and then start streaming Disney Plus through the Chromecast onto the big television. Because once you have a Chromecast, you do not watch on a small screen anymore. Yeah. Excuse me, I am Batman, this week's sponsor. But yeah,
you only have to deal with this for an hour, Chi-Chi. I deal with this every week.
And I have to hear this very line every week. By now. But yeah, if you have Disney Plus and have not watched it yet, dude, is it worth getting?
Who wouldn't like it?
Who wouldn't like it? People who do not like sci-fi in general, who cannot handle sci-fi because it is sci-fi, it is Star Wars, even though it's probably more low-key sci-fi, because while they fly around, while they have their spaceships and stuff, you don't have a lot of technobabble going on.
Technobabble.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of technobabble going on. Usually the flying in spaceships is just to get from location 1 to location B. So you could probably, I'm probably very blasphemic about it, but you could probably have this entire show take place on one planet and use cars instead of spaceships. I dare to say it wouldn't make too much of a difference. Which is like, it's grounded sci-fi. We have no teleporters. We have laser guns, but they are guns. So, yeah, like high fantasy versus low fantasy. I would say it's low fantasy, low sci-fi mostly. What else? It's who else would not like it? I I don't know. I mean, if you
But,
like
yeah, I guess
sci-fi and you like
yeah.
this kind of protagonist that you can, this anti-hero-esque but with a heart of gold protagonist to follow around, then
But yeah,
nothing
is
to
this
knock
worth
on.
getting Disney
Yeah,
Plus
that's a
for?
big question. How much do you pay for? You can get Disney Plus for a month and cancel it right away, right?
Yeah, you can get the free trial.
Even better. Okay, in this case, getting the free trial definitely worth the effort. Watching it, I would have even argued that if you can cancel it on a monthly basis, get it for 1 month.
Oh yeah, you
Get it for
Yeah.
1 month. Cancel it right away. How much is it per month? Somebody should know this.
$7.99. It's actually one of the cheapest streaming
Yeah, it's not
softwares
bad.
there
Yes,
is.
And
yeah,
Bluey's on there.
yeah.
Bluey!
So yeah, I would say absolutely. If for nothing else, get Disney Plus for 1 month. Even if you don't have the free trial, get it for 1 month. Pay the $7.99. Cancel it right away so you don't forget, because that's the trick how they get you. Watch The Mandalorian. Realize that they have nearly all the MCU movies. That they have gargoyles. That they have all the other fun stuff. And then you will probably sign up for it. I don't know, but yeah. My
I
media.
mean, personally, I think Disney Plus is the most worth it streaming software to have right now compared to I mean, it's fucking Archive is amazing, and all the new stuff that they're gonna have. I mean, they have Bluey, they have Mandalorian. They're going to be making a new season of Proud Family. There's a lot of good stuff, and they're constantly adding things. Like I think they just released a couple weeks ago a whole show talking about like how they make props for movies. Like some of their documentary stuff is fucking fascinating. And also they're making a new Muppet show to go on there, and I'm so excited. It's going to be an improv Muppet show.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, get Disney Plus. Don't get HBO Max. Or
I mean,
don't get HBO Max until they put good shit on it.
Okay, because I wanted to say, like you say, it's the only one worthwhile. I personally would say that the majority of the descriptors you just gave is also true for Netflix, for example.
Well, okay, I'm talking about the newer ones, like the newer ones.
Yeah, navigation on Netflix is better. This is the thing where I was like, a few things on Disney Plus were so amazingly stupid in the UI, where I was like, wow, you guys copied Netflix. How can you still screw it up?
HBO Max is worse with its
Even.
UI. Let's just saying.
Wow, I mean,
it's so bad.
Netflix has a shit UI, and Disney Plus managed to make it inferior.
Take that and make it worse, and that's HBO. There are good things on HBO Max. New Looney Tunes cartoons are great. I almost was going to make them my media.
Oh.
I was also going to make the Not Too Late Night with Elmo my media, but I haven't watched all of them yet, so that's next week. But yeah, But is there anything else you have to say, or can we move it to our lovely guest?
No, you can. Oh, guest. I don't know.
No, not me.
Okay.
How dare you? I'm not making a guest wait.
Okay, what is your media, Chi-Chi?
Well, the media that I would like to talk about this week, since I've been rewatching with my boyfriend, is The Midnight Gospel.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that.
Talking about
the
Netflix.
Pendleton Ward Netflix show.
Yeah, it is a Netflix show. So to give a little background behind it, it's very interesting in that it is part animated show, part podcast. And what it is essentially, and you kind of get this in the first episode, but it takes a little while to understand it. The premise is behind the main character, Clancy, the guy in the wizard hat, goes to all these simulated Earths to kind of do interviews with the people on there. And often it's very wild, very trippy, but they talk about some really serious, deep stuff. Like it ranges from relationship with drugs to philosophy around death to religion. It's very interesting. They have some very cool conversations. And a little bit of background, the podcast that they're animating around is the Duncan Trussell Family Hour. And Duncan is the guy who plays this main character, Clancy. And it's very interesting, beautiful animation. Like, it's very beautiful work. It's I don't know if they did the whole entire thing, but one of the studios involved with it is Titmouse, and they do some very impressive work.
They do Mau Mau.
They do Mau Mau, exactly. And Penn Ward is the guy who's directing this series and created the series.
Yes.
And you can definitely see the Penn Ward influence all over it.
Oh, definitely. I haven't seen a lot of this. I've seen moments. I think the one that got to me was it was an actual podcast animated moment where I think Duncan's talking to his mom, and the context is
that's the
mom
last
is
episode.
oh yeah, the mom is dying of like it was an actual podcast. It's not spoilers, but
You
it's
sure?
if you want to put it up, sure, but like
It's a podcast, as you said.
the podcast it was surrounding around was talking to his mother, who was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and talking to her about how it feels that you're confronting an inevitability. And she's just like, the mother is so well spoken. I cried for like an hour because that was like, the visuals with it hit so hard with the
they do a really good job with it. Like the character models themselves are very simplistic, but what they do with it and everything in the background and how it interacts with the environment is really fantastic.
Yeah, but I had mixed thoughts on the show because the trailer was shit. Just saying, the
trailer does not give nearly enough credit for what the thing actually is. Like, it shows them visuals that are impressive, which is cool, but it does not dive into, like, the deep philosophical stuff that the show really gets into, which is, like, the meat of the show.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend anybody to watch this.
Yeah. Who do you think this may be too much for, or... Because this is a show. It's
definitely something where it's a lot. Like, my boyfriend described it best. The first episode is a quote-unquote normie filter, in that it kind of gives you everything right up front in terms of, like, how it is. It's definitely, the first episode it's heavy, but it's still one of the lighter topics that the show covers, and it's still a lot. And so if you're someone who isn't really into deep, heavy topics, it's probably not the show for you. Also, it's very trippy visuals, so if that kind of thing isn't up your alley, that might not be it for you too. But if you can get past that, it's definitely one of those shows where you will be taken outside your comfort zone a little bit, but it's good. But it's good for that. I am very glad that I watched it. And you get to find a really cool podcast that goes with it afterwards. So even after the show ends and you're like, hey, I want to hear more of this, there's a whole big old podcast for you to look up right then and there.
I did look up the Duncan Family Hour because, like I said, I've only watched moments of this show, but I wanted to know the context of what it's going to be around, so I did listen to the podcast itself, which is its own separate being. It's a really good podcast, but just like the podcast, it's one of those things where you kind of have to be in the mood and the mindset of, okay, time to get oof. Like, it's time to sink down into your couch and be like, huh.
Sounds fun.
You gotta put your thinking cap on for this one.
Yeah, it's a thinky think show where you gotta use your thinky think parts.
I don't get it.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you have to say about the show?
It's wonderful. Please watch it. It's on Netflix. It went up on 420, and that should tell you everything. But
and it has only 8 episodes.
Yep, and it's short. So definitely get your tootsies wet in it, and you won't regret it.
That's an advertisement, all right. And with that, for the final media.
This is something to watch to refresh your palate after getting into an introspective mess with it. This is Central Park from the creators of Bob's Burgers. I didn't know this show existed until someone put a clip of it on Twitter, and I was like, the animation is scarily good. And I think some people may have seen it on Twitter. It was like these guys roller skating in Central Park, which is one of the musical numbers. So then I looked it up. It's a show that's on Apple TV Plus, which is its only issue, because who the fuck owns Apple TV Plus? And it was literally released 2 days ago on May 29th. So this is really fucking new. And it's about this guy named Owen, who is the caretaker, the park manager of Central Park in New York. And it's just him and his family trying to keep the park, they're living their lives. Owen loves the park. And then there's this character played by Stanley Tucci, named Bitsy, who wants to buy the park to build a bunch of condos because she thinks that Central Park is just a giant mound of dirt. And it's such a great show, and it has a fantastic cast. Like, to list the cast, they knew who they were aiming for, because Owen is played by Leslie Odom Jr., who you may know as Aaron Burr from the original Hamilton show. The fat guy that was in the beginning of that clip is Josh Gad, or Olaf from Frozen. Kristen Bell, also from Frozen, is the daughter. Titus Burgess, who was in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and also played Sebastian in Broadway's Little Mermaid, plays the son. That's the guy. That's the woman Stanley Tucci plays. David Deegs, who's also from Hamilton, plays Helen, who's that old woman's assistant. Just to remind people, the people who make Bob's Burgers really likes to cast dudes as ladies. And, oh my god, this show is so good. It's a musical show. And not just like Phineas and Ferb, where there's one song an episode. There are 3 or 4 songs per episode, and all of them are good. And they help the story progress. I picked this one because to me, I think it was the best, like, for one, shows all the characters. But it's so good. It has that Bob's Burgers feel of these characters feel like real people, and they kind of talk like real people, of like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. No. And, of course, all of them are great singers. Fucking Titus shows off so much in this show, and I live for it. He plays the kid in the orange shirt. And it's just so endearing. And there is a story to it. Like, the thing is, the character Josh Gad plays, whose name is Birdie, he's the narrator of the show. So he always knows something's gonna happen and going on. So he tells the audience that kind of thing. But it's also implied that he may just be crazy. Though, it's a little column A, column B. His name is Birdie because he sings like a bird and he's bathed in a bird bath once. But it's definitely, if you like Bob's Burgers kind of casual humor style, you'll like this. The animation is beautiful. Like, some of the scenes are just way too good for an art style this simplistic. Kind of like Midnight Gospel. And if you love musicals, you're gonna love this. Even most of the guest stars are musical alumni. Like, the skating scene that people have seen on Twitter, the guy who sings that with Owen is Christopher Jackson, who played George Washington in Hamilton. At some point, they're going to get Lin-Manuel on this show, and I'm going to be very happy. And this is the perfect time to watch it. I found it on Kim Cartoon. I don't encourage illegal streaming, but who the fuck owns Apple TV Plus? And there's only 2 episodes out so far. I guess they're releasing 2 episodes a week, probably. And from what it's shown, there's going to be like 12 episodes, I think, for the first season. This was a show originally that was going to go on Fox, but then they shelved it, and then Apple TV bought it, which is kind of like what happened with Solar Opposites, that Justin Roiland show, where I think it was supposed to also go to Fox, then they shelved it, and then Hulu bought it. Except, besides Solar Opposites, this actually feels like a different show than Bob's Burgers. I'm still going to give Solar Opposites a chance. It's just, this one shares a completely different premise than Bob's Burgers. The only thing it shares is aesthetics, which is fine for a creator's stamp. I think people hate when shows that are made from the same creator look similar visual style wise, and they're like, oh, this is a sellout kind of thing. Like, I know a lot of people hate Butch Hartman for that, but it's like, no, that's the way the creator makes things.
So, would you say it is further away, Central Park is further away from Bob's Burger than where was I going with? Then Birdie and Tuca is from BoJack.
Yes, that's actually a really good comparison. It's, besides aesthetics, it's its own thing. And I really love it. I watched the 2 episodes really actually right after we got done playing Pit People. So these are really fresh memories, but after I was done watching those 2 episodes, I was just looping songs from the episodes over and over because they're just, the music is, I think, like...
Careful, your Italian is showing.
I think my
Mwah,
favorites. I think my favorites are probably Own It and Weirdos Make Great Superheroes. What Own It being from the first episode and Weirdos Make Great Superheroes from the second episode, because the little girl who's played by Kristen Bell draws comic books. It's so cute. I love her. I love this show. And I guess the people who don't like it will people who don't like musicals. That is really the only genre-based thing that I think really divides people, because there's so many songs in each episode. So it may overload people. Also, I guess people who don't like New York as a setting, because they really make it clear that they're in New York. I mean, they live in Central Park, so, But yeah, I think this is a really cute show. People should watch it while it's still doing sporadic releases, because what other show is actually doing that right now? That isn't on an indefinite hiatus? DuckTales and Owl House. So yeah, I'm gonna be making people watch this show, and do it before I make you.
Well, and
Hello,
with that,
Behind the Galaxy Twitch. That is a new name.
That is a new name.
Hey, hi Galaxy!
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Apparently.
do you know this person?
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a wonderful artist.
Ah, nice. Did we get any questions on the tweet? Or...
Yes, our two standard. Damn it, I overdid.
Why are you enlarging your...
I don't know. It's so far away most of the time. Anyways, yes, we got our two...
now it has like a weird side thing and it looks weird.
What?
Look like to your left, there's like... Your other left, like on your screen, it looks like you cut off like half the posters.
How was it before? Like this?
Yes, better. Okay, everything's centered.
Okay. Right.
Stop it!
I'm not touching it anymore. Anyways,
what did we get on the tweeters?
What get we as always, reliable Brandon Croker and J Rock gave us their questions on the Twitter. Jay asks, would you rather eat a spoonful of wasabi or a spoonful of extremely spicy hot sauce? Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Hot sauce.
I guess it wasn't.
I don't.
Why?
Okay.
Is
Why
there
would
even,
you pick wasabi?
I just want to say, is there even any room for talking about it? But please, Chichi, you seem like you have something to say.
Why
With wasabi, it's like the heat's there and then it's gone. Like, it's a very short-lived heat.
I mean,
for me, it's
I mean, the fact that the question was asked in the first place probably shows that there is this kind of different versions of hot that do exist, and this hot from wasabi that goes like through here, and you're like, woohoo, I'm alive. Versus hot sauce that is just like ow, ow, ow. I prefer
because you're a baby.
I just want to point out that I still have the hottest fucking sauce. It's like this big of a glass.
I eat a lot of that.
Yeah, you have been the only person, and ever since it's just standing there, because
waiting.
Yeah, probably.
Just waiting for me to come back and destroy it.
Oh
more.
shit! Odie is now zeroing in on denim.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, so that was a question to the Twitters. Do we have a lot on Twitch? Discord.
Discord. Okay. Discord, good.
It
We're
was short and
literally
painful.
on Discord right now. Let's see. Ask Awkward says, since we have a singer in our midst, what's the highest and lowest pitch all three can go with your voice? Please demonstrate these claims or displays of vocalization. Well, okay, to the professional singer, what's your highest pitch and what's your lowest?
Now, do they mean highest note I can hit, or do they mean highest I can make my voice on the whole?
I guess highest note, since they're talking about singing.
Probably the highest note I can do is B flat. I don't know my exact range for probably low. It's probably like... Granted, my voice also isn't warmed up right now, so it's like... Like, it's probably, like, around there. I cannot go that low.
You and I are the opposite. I can go really, really low. I can only go a little bit high. Used to be a second soprano, but lower voices just feel better on the throat, my dude. But let's see. I think like the lowest I can go is I got friends on the other side. So somewhere there. And then high? Like somewhere there. Which goes completely into head voice. But like but what about
me?
you?
So
You actually had singing lessons.
I had singing lessons, yes. I was in choirs for a long time. I have letting it fall apart over the last decade or something, so I have barely sung.
You can do low voices pretty well, though.
Yeah, the weird thing is the only songs that come to mind that are extremes for high and low both come from opera, so der Vogelfänger bin ich ja stets heißer, lustig heißer sah ich, Vogelfänger bin bekannt, bei alt und jung im ganzen Land. I probably can go a little bit deeper, but I'm lacking a song to go deeper. And
probably a reasonable time frame to sing with something that requires that. Because when you go into that, you have to volume.
Yeah. And here's the fun thing. Before I hit this thing with the voice in puberty, what's it called in English?
Puberty? Oh, when you get an Adam's apple?
When you get a deep voice.
Yeah, puberty.
Stimmbruch. In German we have a word which is Stimmbruch, which directly refers to a dude going from a kiddie voice to a manly voice.
Puberty.
Yeah, puberty.
It happens in the context of puberty, but it's this phenomenon about the voice.
We have the phrase when your balls drop, but I don't know if that's a little bit
guess, but yeah,
this.
Before I hit puberty, I actually could also do. I actually could hit the Queen of the Night, also from the Magical Flute.
It just sounds like Mickey Mouse.
I cannot do it
now
anymore.
It just sounds like Mickey Mouse. But you know that is actually pretty high for a boy, so I'm impressed, given how deep you can go.
Okay, there was this tone. There it wasn't anymore.
Yeah, I did a thing once where I tried to see how high it can go before it just cracks. Like everyone has the crack. And
voice crack. That's a. No, voice crack is just a. Okay, never mind.
Voice crack is when you're talking and then suddenly it goes ah. It's when it just becomes unstable. What?
So, because I played with my chair, I suddenly realized that this picture that's normally hidden behind my back becomes visible. And where do I look? Because I wanted to check out, because this picture has classy side boob, which is why it's usually hidden behind me.
Good job, buddy.
But yeah, I turn around.
Well done.
I turn around and all I see is this.
Is green. Sorry, that was a lot funnier than it probably should be. I shouldn't drink soda before this cast anymore. No, but I guess that's your answer, Enigma. The answer is we all need to do vocal warm-ups before doing this podcast. The AWKWARDCast musical coming soon to a theater not near you because they're all closed. To a Zoom call near you. But yeah, next Twitter question.
So, Brandon Croker, also a musical question, but I guess since we are on it and since we have a singer, what song, if any, do you love that other people may not be so fond of? So what's your hot take song? What's this reaction now?
I know the song. I know one of those songs that I could say for mine, but then it would make people judge their perception of me.
But yeah, a song that...
But the guests go first.
Okay, guilty pleasure songs.
But again,
Basically, yes.
I mean, it could also be a song where you sincerely think it's a masterpiece and everybody disagrees with you. But yeah, the important part is that, what was it? You love it and other people are not fond of. So yeah, guilty pleasure would be an acceptable way to go about it. That's true.
The Gummy Bear song. I honestly really like that song, and everybody hate.
Wait, you mean the Gummy Bear? I am a gummy bear.
That one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one. That's the one.
My
I sincerely like that song.
My innocent mind.
And he recently released a Scatman cover that is actually a bop.
My innocent little mind went to actually the opening of Disney's Gummy Bears, but no, that's not what you meant.
No, she meant the bearded gummy bear in underwear dancing.
Isn't this atrocity even a German product?
It's a German product. The original thing
Yep,
was
it's
in
a
German,
German product.
And it's back.
It's back.
On behalf of all of Germany, because I have a certificate right here, which you can't see because of the green screen, but it's right here on this wall, a certificate that qualifies me to be representative for all of Germany on the internet in situations like this. I apologize to the rest of the world, and to Chi-Chi I say you're welcome, in the name of Germany, for the Gummy Bear song.
Yeah.
Damn it, over all those shenanigans, I've forgotten what my answer was, because I had one.
I'll bide you time.
Thank you.
I don't like a lot of hip-hop music. I'm gonna make this very clear. My genres are very eclectic.
But
is part of it. However, Nicki Minaj's Anaconda, I listen to a lot.
That's a
more
great
than
song. I love that song.
It goes so hard. It's a good workout. I think I started to like it a lot because I listened to it when I was working out. It's a good song if you want to get a pump, because it's just also, by all technical standards, I'm not a big rap person. She's a good fucking rapper. Like, she has a great flow and shit, but I know a lot of people don't like that song because it's just a song about butts, but which samples a song about butts. But
are we still online?
I can't. I like it way too much. It's such a banger. I mean, it must achieve something if I don't usually like that genre, but I like that song. So.
Guys, we are offline. This looks like something is back. I hear beeping noises from my computer. Good sign. Ha! I'm actually back and live. Okay, now A, do we still have an audience? B, do I still have a guest and a co-host? Oh, and there's a guest and a co-host, and everything comes back. Hooray!
Did you have to restart your router?
Yes, I restarted my router. It was just like internet went out. I mean, it was fun. Like, first you were still talking, but the stream cut off, and I looked over and I saw the stream cutting also on Courtney's laptop as well, because she's always live watching from over there. But you kept still talking, but then apparently you stopped hearing me, and I'm like, something is with the internet. Oh wait, you guys cannot see me yet, can you?
No, it's still loading. But I could see your freak out on stream.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how I can get my.
I guess we'll just keep it as it is.
You will just not see. Okay, you will just not see my face. Fair. But yeah, the audience can.
I have you on my stream, so I can see your face, but we don't need your face.
Yeah, I just want to say, and you and Chi-Chi are probably happy to not have to see my face for an additional, I don't know, half hour or long we take.
I wouldn't say that on my behalf, but yeah, definitely for Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi just is.
No.
During this whole break, Chi-Chi was just saying, "Man, you know what's gross? Max's face."
I can relate.
Oh, come on.
What is that? Is that like a sugar cookie dough that got stretched too thin? Like, what?
Oh, no.
Chi-Chi, I never would have taken you for the sugar dough insult type.
No, that's not me. I didn't do that.
But anyways, so yeah, now that we're
Yes.
back,
So you were talking about what was it even? A song? Favorite song? We were at still
favorite
it's a
song,
song.
a song that you
Guilty
like that
pleasures,
other
and I
people-
said mine was
yeah,
Gummy
guilty
Bear
pleasure
song. And you were just about to give yours, and then internet cut out.
Yeah. But yeah, Keyframe was able to finish hers, or
Yes, but go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I guess I don't have just a song. I have an
You have a
entire
soundtrack.
genre.
What is your genre?
I mean, I every now and then, and I still have them in my playlist. Every now and then, I return to Nightcore, and I mean, it's probably not as unpopular because there is a fuck ton of it on the internet. So some people seem to listen to it, and this
Yeah,
cannot
bad
just
people.
be me. Yeah, and it's. I will not break a lance for Nightcore and claim that it's good because it's just existing songs sped up and some mixing going on there. But yeah, I grew I grew a fondness for it
Yeah,
during.
because of your short attention span.
No, actually, when I had brain dead work back in the day before I had the administration positions that I have now, I had a lot more brain dead work, and for this brain dead work, this high energy music, even with vocals, was something that kept me going. It kept me just like keyboard monkeying away for hours. While today I actually need to focus at my job, and anything with vocals throws me off, so I usually have to listen to instrumental stuff nowadays. But yeah, so but this kind of fondness for it stayed.
I like Odie. So it's brain dead music. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean it takes other songs from varying quality and just speds them up, and then puts occasionally. I mean, for something. So before you look up Nightcore, I probably should give a disclaimer. So I assume because it's sped up and it is all like very high pitched voices, somebody made this association to anime voices, namely girl anime
Chipmunks.
voices. So they started putting as visuals on Nightcore videos anime girls, which is okay. I have no problem with anime girls. Some of them are not family friendly.
Ravioli,
safe
ravioli,
for
please
work.
don't loot the lowly.
Yes, basically. They are. They just have enough clothing on them, but no. It's like
Don't have it be a full screen at work. This is our-
exactly. You can. I literally would not want to have this visual on my screen at work because it like looks disturbing, like fucking disturbing. Where I'm like, the music is already questionable, but those visuals are a no-go. And literally what I did, because here at home I work with my 3 screens, and I had for some reason, for something more brain dead a while ago, Nightcore on, and I had like one of those 1-hour video compilations. So where you really are not in it for the visuals. And at some point I needed to scroll the video down, so I only see the comment section because it was like giving me
Is this
like
audio getting weird again?
uh-oh.
Your audio got like weirdly, like
It got a little muffled again.
Okay.
it sounded like you were in a can, talking into a can.
Maybe the internet is telling me that I should just stop talking about Nightcore visuals and move on to the next question on Discord.
We may need to just do only a few questions left because your internet's being really not good.
Okay, fair.
So, because of that, let's get to one that was asked last week, but we'll bring it back. From Chronic Lurker, what's your most memorable experience with a card game, good or bad? So, card game memories. I do remember someone hurting their... I remember that I was in a game of Uno where someone hurt their hand, like broke a finger. Let's hit... do we want to hear this story?
I guess if you have
Okay,
a quick
so we
version
were
of it.
playing. Yeah, quick version. So back when I was in like younger, there was a youth group and stuff. We were at some camp, whatever. We were playing Uno, but we made a house rule that if you had a similar card or something and you could slam, kind of like what you can do in Uno online, but you have to slam it on top of the person's hand to stop them to claim it. And was anyone who's played Prance at like pony conventions know how hard it hurts when you're slamming. And this person, let's name for anonymity's sake, Patricia, just fucking. This was right after my turn. Thank God. This person just reeled back, and we heard a, and the person's middle finger was like going down, like past this way, like where this it broke like this this digit. I'm not showing it. The visual. Someone. I do know you don't like body horror, so. But point being, that person had a splint in their two fingers, so they had to like basically put their index and middle finger to splint it for the rest of the camp time, and I didn't play Uno after that with those people. I'm like, I'd rather house rules where I have to pick up more cards, not lose fingers to hold cards.
Good call.
Yeah, so that's my card memory.
Mine, while not as specific or graphic, is probably generally the game A Dark Overlord.
Oh, that's a good game.
Because I had a lot of phenomenal times just playing it. It's an in and of itself fun game. I first learned it in a surprisingly enough group of German bronies. I was visiting a local meetup before I moved to Berlin, and somebody brought a version of it, and we played it, and it was super fun, and I knew I need to get this, and I need to play this with other people. So I got myself my hands on an English version and have this brought to some conventions. Actually, the first time we played it was probably the most fun time, because it was just one of those, not really room parties, because it was very subdued and I believe nobody was drinking or anything, but just a room together in the evening with a bunch of friends. And it was just a very fun, close-knit group, and just a very fun experience. I remember
that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually then I did the usual thing that people always do, especially when they are content creators. They try to reproduce this experience and film it. I still have recordings of an entire session of A Dark Overlord, the raw footage on my computer with 3 camera angles, because I got like 3 people to okay, I want one who has a constant camera on the Overlord, one who films that half of the group, and one films that half of the group. But the sessions themselves didn't turn out as the first one, so that I never got the motivation to put the footage together.
But we got the memories.
Yeah, but
we got the memories.
Yeah, but yeah, from especially the first time, it's a great and fun thing. So, A Dark Overlord, with the right people, it's in and of itself epic and fun and
what
great
about
and produces
you,
memories.
Chi-Chi?
I guess I haven't played a lot of card games outside of like the very traditional ones, like poker and all that. One of my favorite ones is I went with my grandma to little tidbit about my grandma. She loves casinos. She absolutely adores them, and her favorite game to play is blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
And
Blackjack's fun.
And so I tried playing at a blackjack table with her, and I was terrible at it. Like, because apparently there's, like, very specific lingo you need to know, where you're, like, nobody talks, where it's just everybody moves their fingers in a certain way in order to, like, get the cards moving and everything. And I didn't know that at all. So I could just imagine my grandma just cringing at me while I'm trying to play this game.
There's something great about thinking of an old woman cringing. Like, but blackjack's great. I played blackjack in Vegas when we went, and that is the one moment where I was like, yes, I get casinos now. I get gambling. But yeah. Okay, there's your question. Is there anything else on Tweeter?
No, that was a tweeter. It's all up
Actually,
to
we
you
did
and-
have one. We did have one hashtag question from.
Oh,
Where is it?
how did I miss it? Because I actually searched specifically for the hashtag. Maybe it was had a spelling in it. Was it an answer to one of the tweets or retweets or whatever? Oh yeah, there it
She's
is.
looking for it.
From,
What is it?
you mean Vandal, the one from Time Sage, Vandal Lillison?
The one from
Oh, no.
Galaxy was the one I was looking at.
Oh no, this was actually not a question. What I just saw, it was just a comment. If you see it, please read it because I can't see it.
She asked, any opinions on Avatar: The Last Airbender since the show just came back out on Netflix?
One of the best shows of all time. Just amazing,
I agree.
Yeah.
Amazing show. Fuck that fucking hand chart that's been shared on Twitter. I am not an earthbender. My hand, it doesn't matter that my hands are stubby. Everyone I know has called me a waterbender despite my protest, and you know what? I'm sticking with it. But yeah, great show.
There's a hand chart.
Yeah, someone made like a hand chart where it indicates the length of your fingers to the ratio of your palm if you are what bender you are. And if your hands are both short fingers and short palm, you're like an earthbender. I think it's like
Somebody
short
tell me.
palm and long fingers, you're a waterbender. You're probably an airbender. I think that's what your hand looks like. Air or water.
I mean,
But
that
I just kinda
airbender is the thing that people have given, or that I determined for myself. Because
Yes,
I'm
and
not.
and people have determined me as a waterbender, but it feels weird to this thing to say that I'm an earthbender because I don't think anything about me is solid enough to be earth. Like,
Maybe the stubbornness, but also groundedness. But you have this
I'm
harmony
not
thing
stubborn.
going on
How
there.
dare you? But
I am not stubborn,
yeah.
and I stick by this answer.
I'm not stubborn. I'm determined. It's stubborn, but better.
You feel determination.
Yes, but no, Avatar is an amazing show, and I think Korra is just as good.
Here's the thing: as somebody who was fanboying hard over Korra when it came out, I looking back and seeing it as a whole, I can see a lot of the flaws that people point out. I mean, for one, which is pretty big and not necessarily about the characters, but Avatar had from the beginning to the end this one goal we kept going for. As it was like, even so they designed the finale of season 1 as a potential season finale in case they don't get renewed, it felt epic enough to end the season, but the story was clearly meant for those 3 seasons to learn all the element and goodness. While with Korra, I mean, the second season of Korra had a finale so big it could not get topped, and let's be honest, seasons 3 and 4 did not reach the level of epicness of the second season finale. Probably for the better, because it was also the weakest one, or one of the weaker ones. But yeah, Avatar.
What, for Korra or Avatar?
Korra.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, no, I find the end of Korra pretty bombastic.
Yeah, the ending was a lot more felt better, even though it was lacking the epicness, because season 2 ended with giant skyscraper astral projection creatures
I still gotta
battling
watch.
it out in the Bay Area. The size of the season 2 finale was so much bigger than season 4, but season 4 felt a lot better from a viewing point of view. But sorry, Sichi, you were something saying.
I still haven't watched Korra.
Oh, yeah, but the Avatar, it's even with an occasional weaker episode, it's just as a show, so round, well done, well concept, gorgeous animation.
Stop leaning back. Your mic can't pick you up as well.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah, every time you lean back in your chair, it's when you start sounding like the tin can again.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is the right
but
microphone even on?
You sound fine. But,
Okay.
But either way, I mean, we can all say this: the Ember Island Players is the best episode before a series finale. Fucking just hey, look, it's the Great Divide.
But yeah.
That's fine over that.
Next
but
question.
yeah, so Next question. A would you rather from Guru Meow says, would you rather get really good and explicit NSFW fan art of Euro C, or get really bad fan art featuring Euro C and the fan art is self-inserts doing something cringy? I have gotten both. Like, fucking, I've gotten both. So, I guess I would get the really good NSFW.
Sorry, could you repeat the question? Because I can't read it for myself on my phone.
No, well, can you not hear me?
No, I was distracted and I'm monotasking. Because I needed to interact with the chat.
Would you rather get a really good and explicit NSFW fan art of Euro C, or get a really bad fan art featuring Euro C and the fan art is self-insert doing something cringy?
Yeah, the first one, clearly.
The first one. I would rather porn than cringe. And also, you're saying that it's going to be really good. So, what about the guest?
I guess for me it'd be both. Like, for me, the fact that anybody took time... It's a toughie.
It is, isn't it?
I'm gonna say the latter, just on the off chance that my family looks me up, and then they find porn.
That's it. You know what? That's a good point.
I mean,
I'm still going with the first one, but yeah.
I mean, I can also say I have gotten very heartwarming pieces of the second one where they draw their OC with mine, and it's like, oh. But yeah, if the would you rather
If I had to choose, well, I'm gonna be looking at one a lot more than the other. So
I mean, you don't see a lot of cringy pieces behind me, except you find something like this is cringy, and it's just my horrible taste. But I don't cringe over it. I love this crossover.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we're gonna get through these two questions really fast. Lightning round.
Oh boy.
All right, lightning round.
Guru Meow says, what's a food you can't eat without making a noise? Well, I guess most chips. I mean, what do you mean? Do you mean like the food is making the noise, or you're making a noise?
Either.
Like,
I would say
either. I guess, like, if you're going with the practical answers, like carrots. If you're going with me making weird, inappropriate noises while eating pizza, because I will let you know if I like a pizza. Ever seen When Harry Met Sally? But no,
oh my.
That's my answer.
I guess, fucking hottest, anything seasoned with fucking hottest sauce.
Well, I mean, then there's then there's the noise afterwards, according to your story of when you had that hot sauce. But
oh shit! Literally.
Yeah. I guess for me, for food that's just noisy in general, like you said, carrots. But in terms of like food that makes me, it's probably pickled plums. Like they're just so bitter to me that it just makes me.
Why do you eat them?
Why? Look, if I saw a name like pickled plums, I would think that it's some kind of object I would use.
Well, it's a Japanese specialty. They're called umeboshi. They're usually on top of rice. They're usually add kind of like a pickle flavor to it. But to me, it's just so sour that I just go.
Okay, but if you're doing something that had pickle flavoring, why don't you just use a fucking pickle?
No, there's different kinds of pickles. There's pickled radish, there's pickled honey, there's all kinds of pickles.
I know that you guys... Look, I also know that the Japanese love fermented soybeans, and I am in full right to judge. Those things are fucking gross.
I'm surprised that nobody used ramen, because if you don't break the noodles apart...
That's true. Any anime food.
Those sushi and their loud noises they make when eating.
Well, I mean, if you're going by the anime and how dub artists always go like, good jelly donut. No, this question was for A and Y, but we will make it to all of us.
Somebody remembers that I am part of this show. People ask me stuff. Yes,
I just radiate so much energy. The jaded but likable boy asks, for you guys, what is one MILF in animation or entertainment you would totally fraternize with? So, MILF appreciation.
Fraternize is in...
Probably.
Okay,
probably. Wait, first of all, what is... No.
We lost Gigi.
No, but no, I get a MILF. I'm trying to think of characters with kids that I would.
Mrs. Well, I already know mine.
Okay, what is it?
Mrs. Incredible.
Oh,
okay,
good
that's
choice.
easy. That's easy.
But
that's
now we need
easy.
to find other answers. We cannot. Mrs. Incredible is not the only MILF in television, and great answer for sure. I would agree.
This is the moment where my straightness hurts me because now I can't think.
I'm trying to remember who had that's the downside of watching a lot of cartoons and anime. They're usually focused on the young generation, so you need to remember who and where.
Just to go with a different answer, I guess Laurel, the mom in Onward.
Oh, she's great. I love her.
I think she's great. I don't think I would with her, but I would hold her hand. You they were radiating some serious gay vibes with the Manticore.
Oh yeah.
We know what draft of the film there was something there.
And now the one who was originally asked to answer the question is failing hard. I don't know.
Is anyone on your waifu list a mom?
I'm trying to remember that too, but that's the thing where I was thinking of. Do I have to get out my waifu list? But I have the feeling.
Oh, what's the last show you watched?
The last show I watched. Let's see. I mean, we have Avatar, but we are following a bunch of teenagers, so no.
I mean, Katara becomes a mom, I guess.
But yeah, we literally never see her. Oh wait, we see her as Granny Katara, so that's a thing. What other shows? Mandalorian. I mean, we could say that Mando is a mom.
Yeah,
kind of
an
adoptive male mom.
Well, Steven Universe characters are technically
3 moms. Yeah, but actually no, I would go with none of the crystals. Sorry. I mean, we have Lapis, but Lapis is not a mom, so she is...
Lapis is more of an aunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's a wine aunt.
We are not looking for an aunt to fraternize.
Did someone say wine aunt?
I
do have a bottle of wine at my table.
You have wine aunt energy.
You are not the first person to say that either. I think we came up with a thing in... We'll talk about this in the post show, but I will explain how wine on energy is my definition.
Yeah, there are not too many parents around in the Dragon Prince either. It has a little bit of a Disney thing going on where parents have a tendency to die, especially the moms, or disappear.
And the deaf woman is also an aunt, not a mom.
Mm-hmm. True. Oh, she is an aunt.
I would fuck with the deaf woman. She would fuck with me because she's gay.
She is so gay.
She is gay for that fire.
I don't know. Trying to go through. Doesn't Gumball have this hard-ass mom who goes and
Nicole? Yeah. But the only
and
time
she's
she
a
actually
furry.
She is a furry, and then when you get to that one moment animated by Studio Trigger, she actually has boobs, and
So yeah, but yeah, she is this hard-ass my family.
Yes, I will kill you person.
Yes. Okay, we have an answer there.
Okay, Nicole from Gumball, the show
has watched 3 episodes of. But
awesome.
A little bit more. But we had one of her first hardest appearances where her therapist tells her to chill out. And this episode
Oh,
is like,
yeah.
yes, and when she completely loses it at the end. Beautiful.
Nice. But yeah, okay, so I guess we are at our favorite time of the show, the FMK. So from Magical Dude, parrots from animation. Shitty parrots from animation. Fuck, marry, kill. Peter and Lois from Family Guy. Butterscotch and Beatrice from BoJack Horseman. Or Mr. and Mrs. Willoughby from The Willoughbys.
Oof. I mean,
All
first-
of these are so oof.
Yes, they are. Oh.
Can we kill all of them? Like, you actually gave us a hard one, Magical Dude. Claps for you.
Congratulations. Yeah, for once, the hard decision is who not to kill. Oh shit! And we get 2 people. So.
I got.
Oh yeah.
You got it? You got it?
You got the answer.
I do, but it involves a spoiler for Willoughby, so I don't know if I should give it.
We'll put the spoiler alert up.
Okay, for once, there is a spoiler alert for the FMK about the Willoughby movie. We talked about it on the AWKWARDCast before. If you haven't seen it yet, shame on you. I
Don't
guess,
watch it.
But yeah, we put it up for your explanation, and then you can give the summary what your final decision was. Okay, why the Willoughbys and what do you do with them?
Okay, so I would fuck Butterscotch and Beatrice, is that her name?
Beatrice?
Yeah, Beatrice.
Yep, fuck those 2. Marry the Willoughbys. Kill Peter and Lois.
Okay,
But
why?
why?
Because the Willoughbys are off themselves in the end anyway, so it's like kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Keep the
Nice.
inheritance.
Nice.
Oh, that's actually
Okay,
really smart.
and why do you fuck the horsemen and
Butterscotch and Beatrice.
with wait, I guess I can turn this off again. So you
can
married the
turn it
Willoughbys for a reason that is a spoiler, and you fucked the horsemen and killed the griffins. Why the latter 2?
I mean,
You want this horse action? I see how it is. There are
Hey.
delivery services on the internet for those kind of kings.
if it's only gonna be once.
It's true.
Like, I could never take sex with Peter Griffin or Lois seriously.
Okay, fair. That's
I
the fair
mean,
point.
yeah. That's a great point. Okay, let me think. I'm gonna kill Peter and Lois.
Also, but then again, your love for Zeph Phelan, serious. What's his name?
Seth MacFarlane?
Yes, your love, your hate for his shows has been documented well, so I can understand where you're coming from with this one.
I don't hate him. I just don't like Family Guy. No, yeah, kill them. Just
Just kill them.
they're basically dead inside, anyways. Then
Oh, let's
I
see.
think
if
I'll
it
marry. I think I'll marry Butterscotch and
shows-
Beatrice.
I knew it. I knew it.
Okay, why do you think I would
Because
do
of
that?
the Sugar Cube Empire, you go once again for the gold digger answer.
Shut up. How about that?
What was
Also,
what
I
was
feel
your
like if I
alibi?
ma-
What was your
Of
alibi
course it-
explanation?
well, this was an additional, not an alibi. I think if I marry into them, I'd probably be a better mom to BoJack than either of those 2 combined.
Oh, good point.
Thinking
And then
of
I'm
the
gonna
children.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna fuck the Willoughbys because if a couple loves each other that much, the sex must be really fucking good.
And I mean, they
So-
keep producing children, so they are
Yeah,
active.
they don't know the meaning of condoms apparently, but or birth control.
Mm.
But so yeah, there's my answer. Your turn, buddy.
Which means I cannot go full contrarian. Because if 2 people already had one overlap, then it's not possible anymore. Simple math. Okay, so I have to keep the Willoughbys alive to spice my answer up at least a little bit. Wait. No, I have to keep the Griffins alive because both of you killed the Griffins, right?
Yes, we both killed the
You
Griffins.
both killed the Griffins, so I need to keep the Griffins alive. Already hard decision. you know what? You know what? I will fuck them because one of the few things that I know about the later episodes of Family Guy is that they get into very kinky sex shit, and I mean, if you get to try it out, why not with a couple that's already experienced in it? I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I didn't get to kill them because you already did, and
Yeah, I know.
at least
I'm just
not
saying,
marrying
okay,
them and
that's
keep
a
them
reasoning.
around. Okay.
Okay.
Who do I marry now? That's also hard because they're really, really awful people. Not just as parents, but the Willoughby parents are absolutely awful people for cartoonish reasons. And the Horsemen are absolutely awful people for very depressingly real-life abusive reasons. But then again, the Willoughbys are also pretty abusive. Oh, shit. Okay.
Thanks, magical dude. This is a
Oh,
great one.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Okay, choosing the lower of... Who would I do the world a better favor in? And not to rip off either of your arguments for keeping them around. Because, marrying the Horsemen to protect Bojack from them. No,
It's tempting.
It's tempting, but I at least want to have an original...
But if you married the Willoughbys, you're protecting a whole slew of kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trolley situation.
That is horrible. Maybe I should have married the Griffins after all, because they at least have shenanigans going on in their life that I could be a part of, while I don't want to be part of either the Horsemen's shenanigans or the Willoughby's shenanigans.
Well, no takesies, backsies.
Yeah, I know, no takesies, backsies. So, okay, let's try it from the other end. Who needs to be murdered more? Here's the thing: who needs to be murdered more throughout? While with BoJack Horseman, through the history, and you see how horrible this family was, you still see you still get to see them as people and how they ended up being as fucked up as they were. So they are at least relatable. While the Willoughbys are absolutely horrific beings, and I was so rooting for them to. Do I also have to put spoilers on? They get let's put it like this. Throughout the movie, the Willoughby parents get in dangerous situations, and I was so rooting for them to actually get what they deserve, to literally die. So I kill the Willoughbys because they fucking deserve it, while the Horsemen...
I mean, it's also a good thing to kill them because, well, if you don't kill them, they're just going to keep producing kids.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, good point.
And the Horsemen, maybe I can be a good influence. If not, I just live off their money. I mean,
Wow,
come on, the
that
mother.
somehow sounded more gold digger than mine.
I know. I just had the balls to say it all. Oh, at the very least, BoJack is a movie star, so he maybe we can get BoJack as a guest on the AWKWARDCast. I wouldn't want to have any of the Willoughby kids on the show, so BoJack might be a fun guest. But, well, there she goes.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Hey, Kitty, how did you enjoy being here?
It was a lovely time. It was a wonderful time. Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Not the word I was looking for. Oh well, this is now it's really awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guys.
It's the awkward.
Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guys.
It's the awkward.
Artwork and analysis which you do not want to